Hey YouTube, Dragon King 123706 here. This is a reply to G Caesar 40's contest. This is going to be called, this deck's going to be called ZGs, Zhong Gears. I made that up randomly. Zhong's my last name, Anthony Zhong. Check me out. And Gears is for the other part of the deck. So deck with just commons and rares, and cards that comes in rares. So Cyber Dragon, I have this shiny version, but it actually comes in rare, and even like I really don't think it's that hard to get, because there's a rare version, there's a super rare version, and then there's a 10, so it's really easy to get. So level 5, 21 beat stick, your Siracle and Gale. So this is like your second Cyber Dragon, and Gale is just a good tuner all around. But it's really useful to use Siracle because you can pump it around with Blackwings. Then you got your standard staples. Well, not really staples, but you got your draw power, your search power, and your graveyard control, DD Crow. And then you got your basic Rescue Cat engine built in right here for your air balance and Rescue Cat, and of course, synchroing power, of course. 2 Deep Sea Divas, more synchroing power. Then you got 2 giant rats. They're your searches for cards that for your Earth monsters in this deck. You got Exile Force, 1/1 removal, really great if you bring that out with Giant Rat, and you can use priority with Exile Force, so that's pretty cool. Snipe Hunter gets rid of dead cards in your hand and kills your opponent's monster. Kaiku, graveyard control for those Lightsworn players, and a really old favorite, the 3 Hydrogenons, which has been back since a long time, since the Monarchs, and you attack a monster, kill it, and bring another out. So they're really good for synchroning with your Divas for level 6, or your X-Sabers for level 7s, so they're really good. Then Zhong Gears, as I implied already, this deck is going to contain some Ancient Gear monsters, which is Ancient Gear Golem, Ancient Gear Beast, Ancient Gear Engineer. Now, or 2 Ancient Gear Engineers. Now, Gear Golem pierces 3000, attack 3000, defense level 8, and it stops your opponent's magic and trap cards from activating when it attacks. And same thing with magic and trap card for all of them. This one negates effects of monster that it kills, so kill the Sanguine and they don't get their effect. Engineers, same thing, except this one is negate the effect of trap cards that target him, and after he's done attacking, you can destroy you can destroy any spell or trap cards on the field. On your, and they, so just spell and trap. This is level 5, by the way. This is level 6. Standard staples, you got these. Get rid of dead hands, book, just release staples. Then limiter removal for some of the machines in here. Creature swap, usually used with some of your weaker monsters. So maybe if you feel like you need to diva somehow and you get out a useless diva, put that diva in attack mode and take your opponent's monster and sync with it, and then you can kill your own diva, or your giant rat would be a good choice. Magical Mallet, this card's really good. My Body as a Shield, just standard protection. Poteraris, recycling your monsters is really important in this deck because your Hydrogenons need to be recycled, your X-Saber engine needs to be recycled, and your Deep Sea Divas needs to be recycled. Then you got Gear Fist. You equip this to an Ancient Gear monster, and when they attack the monster attacks your opponent's monster at the end of the damage step, the monsters start regardless of whatever. So suicide this with your opponent's stronger monster if you feel like it, but you know, in desperate situations. Gear Castle. All engineer monster gets 300 more attack points, and each time a monster is normal summon or set, then you get one more counter, and one counter represents one tribute if you were summoning a engineer monster. So you would tribute this card. If this card has 2 counters, you tribute it, you can summon your engineer gold. So that's really cool. Standard bottomless, torrential, call, dust shoot, 1 threatening, and really cool old cards that hasn't been used in a long time. 1/1 removal, Sacred to Armors, activate only when your opponent declares an attack, destroy the attacking monster. So it's like a mini mirror force, so that's really cool. There's no really big combos with the traps because they're all really standard. With the magics, it's really important that you have staples, of course. So the staples are all over here, so that's not really important. My body in this format, and you need to play that to protect yourself. Pot of Avarice is a really important card because your Hydrogeddons, they are really dead if they're in your hand. So like if you have 2 Hydrogeddons in your hand, that's really not good, which is why you need Magical Mallet to throw some of those cards back in, you know, extra Hydrogeddons, that Deep Sea Diva, or X-Sabers, Airbellums, so you throw those back in the deck with that. Limiter, just an easy little thing with those 4 machines. Creature Swap, really good with Giant Rat, and these are just basic 2, because I felt like that's all you need. Pot of Avarice and Creature Swap. Now, I'm going to explain why this deck I feel like is really good, because there's a lot of different levels you can sync for. Because see, Ancient Gear Engineer, if you combo these, because you can bring these out with Giant Rats, because they only have 1500 attack and 1500 defense. So if you play Deep Sea Divas, you can sync into level 7, or if you play Gale or X-Saber or Bellum, you can get level 8s off of this, and you can get a level 6 if you Diva with this one, or you can get, if you feel like it, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure you can get X-Saber Golems out with this deck, because this is a level 6 and it's an Earth monster, and you got X-Saber Tuner, and I forgot if you need X-Saber Tuners or not, but really good. Piercing, control the grave, control your hand and their field, 1/1 removals, searchers, and synchro powers, your X-Saber Airbellum engine, a little bit more graveyard control, searching, drawing, and Sirocco and Gale for extra synchroing, and Cyber Dragon. And so I think this deck is actually not bad. I didn't make a side deck or an extra deck or anything, because I'm not really sure how it's gonna be really hard to play this deck if you don't got like better synchros, I guess. But this deck's really good, and I'm pretty sure everybody has synchros, so they can really easily play this deck. And this deck has been like one of my decks I'm working on lately, so I hope you guys liked it. And Caesar, I hope you think this is pretty cool, because you know how to get on to goes back a long time, you know. So I hope I win that JD playmat, and thank you for all of you guys that watched this little thing of mine. Thank you. Bye.